Is it winter time up here? No, it's July 25th and it's going to be hot today. We got into the hangar and it is, what's the temperature in here? 78 degrees. It's already coming up to 83 or 84 outside at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so we're going to leave the door shut for a little bit, maybe try and keep some of this cool air in here for as long as we can. We'll put the fan on, but yeah, it was 107 degrees yesterday, so it's a little toasty for us folk. Continuing on the doors today. So we'll, let's see, we left off yesterday. We'd gotten this lower panel drilled out to a number 30 and just need to deburr that and take them holes up a size to a 27. So we will get going on that, and then after that is the upper window portion of the frame, and then we need to look at the what do they call it, the center channel extrusion. It's the center piece that goes on that, I can't see it, the frame's over there. It goes on that little bow. Oh, there's another one there. It goes on this bow on the outside of the door, and that's what holds that plexiglass down on that center section. So we will get around to that, and I think I promised yesterday I'd show a little more detail of what we're doing, so yeah, I'll try to do that. All right, here we go. Well, it's just a repeat of the upper window, or sorry, the lower window on the door for this one. This is the upper window on the door. And one thing I did have to do was I had to trim off, before we got started, I had to trim a piece off of here. We put it on this, we laid it on the door, and I didn't have enough room. This sticks out, this end sticks out way out to here, and there's no room to get any clamps on there to clamp it down. So we trimmed off that end right there and laid it up onto the frame, and everything lines up pretty good. We're pretty close on both ends, so there's not a whole lot of room to move on there. And also, this is where the center tube is, where it comes out. I guess they call it the bow, the center bow, and it ends about right there. You can see that line. That's where that tube is. And it ends right there, and then it follows that center line on that tube the rest of the way down. All the way down to the end. So we won't have to trim that off, but we're going to have to eventually cut down and on an angle into there. So we've got it marked. We marked it on the other side on the frame, so now we'll start peeling this back on both sides. We'll trim that white plastic off of there, so then we can start getting ready to drill and mount. I don't think I talked about this yesterday, but this lower half of this door, actually both halves that come to both halves of the glass that come together, they line up to the center line on that center bow tube, but you want to be a 1/16 of an inch lower than that center line. You want to leave a little tiny gap in there for the rivets where the rivets are going to go through the channel. There's that channel that's going to sit on top of here, and the rivets go through, and this channel is what holds this this acrylic or this polycarbonate down onto the tube. So what I did was measured out a 1/16. We had the pre-existing center line on that center bow tube, so I just marked 1/16, just periodically, or just intermittently did a 1/16 of a mark, 1/16 of an inch mark on this, all the way down, and then I'll just take a ruler and I'll join the lines together. Because this is a curved line, you can't really see it on the camera, but it curves in this way. So with that curve in there, you can't just draw a straight line and cut it. So I'll connect the dots, we'll make the line, we're going to mask that off, and like yesterday, I'm going to use a jigsaw on there, and I think I did talk about that, using a jigsaw on this polycarbonate. It works just fine. Actually, it makes a really nice cut. You just have to go very slow and don't push it at all. Just let it kind of do its thing and cut. Yeah, so we'll get this marked up and we'll get that trimmed off. And after that, we've got our lines, our edge lines here. We're going to trim it off there on both ends. We've already got our holes drilled out to a number 30 for the rivets. When we're done trimming everything off, we'll upsize, actually we'll deburr all of these holes, upsize them to a number 27, and that'll be ready to go on. Alright, got our center channel here for this bow tube in the door, and one thing you got to do is you got to mark the center line on that. So we've got our center line marked out at 26 inches, and then every 3 inches we're going to be doing a number 30 hole, actually a 1/8 hole. Then we'll put that on there and transfer drill it a 1/8, and we'll final those up to a number 30. Okay, we've got our center channel drilled out with a 3-inch spacing for the rivets. We found the center line of the bow tube, which happens to be 50 inches from one end to the other. So we went 25 inches on the center line, and probably can't see it. There's a line in that hole there. So we just got that clamped on. We're going to drill that, cleco it, and then we're going to start working our way out from side to side, getting this done. Alright, we took that this channel, we laid it out here when we were drilling and clecoing this, and we laid this trim on top of it, marked those lines there, and on the other end there, mark that there, and just cut those with a jigsaw, and they seem to be fitting up pretty good. So now we'll finish these 2 end holes, and I think I'm going to round off these corners a little bit here on both ends, just so that it's not quite so rough. Oh, things seem to be okay with this parking brake valve. We came up this morning, there was no drips or anything, but there was just the tiniest little bit on those threads, so we just gave it another, just a little bit of a tug, and that seems to have taken care of it. These have been on for, oh, probably 6 or 7 hours on with the parking brake on, and they're still solid as can be and not showing any leaks. So pretty confident that we got that issue resolved. Well, it's another warm day today. Not quite as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was dang hot. I know up northeast of here, from where we are, it's really hot. Tina's mom sent a picture of 109 out at their place. But hopefully we've got some cooler weather coming this weekend, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, done for today, and we're at the point where we're going to be able to rivet this door together. So everything seems to be fitting up pretty well. We did do... so let's talk about the VHB and the foam tape. In the parts manual, it shows VHB as one of the parts, and also the 1/2-inch foam tape as a part for the door, but the instruction manual doesn't address that at all, do they? They talk about
figures.
But they talk about, do they talk about the foam tape?
In the parts manual, it lists foam tape.
Right.
And in
the figures manual,
in the figures manual, it shows where you're supposed to put it.
The foam tape.
In the parts manual, it shows where you're supposed to put the Lexan, or not the Lexan,
the VHB.
VHB, but they don't show all of it together.
The references are weird. So we did, underneath this channel, we did foam tape against the channel. So the foam tape is pressing down, and then we put VHB between the channel, the foam, and the Lexan, the polycarbonate. So we did that. I mean, we didn't, it's not stuck down yet. So we'll do that tomorrow when we rivet this all together. But like I said, everything seems to be fitting up okay. And it's just taking a long time to get these doors done. I know Derek said he was, I think, 2 complete full days on one door, maybe? I don't know, I can't remember what Derek said. Anyway, we are headed out, gonna go cool off. It's a little toasty. We left the door shut all day long today at the hangar, and that helped a little bit. I think we're about, are we 90 in here yet? Pretty close. Yeah. Alright, so anyways, hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. Hope y'all have a good evening, and that's it for now.